So we're gonna walk through some what do you call that? Walk through some pressurized system theories. Yeah. When you pressurize a system like this, it can actually seal a leak up, and that could hide an issue like a poorly connected hose or something. And when you put it into a vacuum,
it can make the hoses collapse, which will expose the leak.
Yes. So creating a vacuum could expose a leak. If we see a leak here, it's not necessarily bad news. It just means that there is something leaking.
Are we ready?
Okay. Now the coolant is being sucked into the vehicle, and we're just sort of hanging out here, wondering if it's going to start dumping coolant out down there. It hasn't yet. This man is in pain right now, but he doesn't let it show. He just gets the job done. So the next step is to reassemble this, put the wheels on, roll it outside, because we're not starting it inside again, and we'll take it for a spinaroo. All right, Mr. D, what's going on?
Okay, so what's going on is we still have our leak. It's still present. It's coming down the bell housing.
The potential issue, okay, what you were thinking is that might have happened is that while it was sitting on the engine stand, a bolt that was too long got screwed in and punched a hole in the coolant jacket. But we don't think that's the case, so if we'd seen the coolant dripping in the back here, we would have surmised that things would be bad.
At least 2 swear words.
2 swear words.
At least.
So something's happening either on the top,
So it's either the top and it's running down,
or it's
could be, there's 2 freeze plugs in the back of the engine, could be a freeze plug.
okay.
We're gonna pull out the transmission just because then we can see everything. We could fill the cooling system like we just did with a little bit of modifying, and then we can watch it leak.
So at this point, we're thinking engine's okay. It's dripping between the seam here. It's basically, bell housing is 2 metal pieces up against each other. It's something dripping down, coming out those seams. Like Mr. D said, next step is take the transmission out and repressurize the system, and then we'll definitely be able to find the source of that leak. This is the second round of draining the coolant. This should be a lot more exciting because it's full. Not bad, not bad.
I'm getting better at catching it.
Yeah, that was good. This transmission is ready to come down, and Mr. D needed a special tool, an extension that he didn't have, so we made a run to the Home Depot. We bought 2 of these that we're gonna stick together, and we're gonna make things happen. And correct me if I'm wrong, once this is off, we will know.
Yes.
We will know where that leak is coming from.
We will know.
I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna sit on this OEM Tools bench, and I'm just gonna watch. Oh, she's leaking good now.
Tilting it back, make it want to go. Oh,
Yeah.
It did.
Oh, look at that. Well, you can't really see
Dude,
that
we
in
got
the
like
video.
an active drip right here.
I have never been so confused by a leak. This is my first leak, though.
Dude.
Humor level, it's a 10. It's a 10. Moment of truth. Oh, it's happening. Here we go.
Here we go.
All good? Okay. As you can clearly see, the transmission has been removed from the vehicle, and now we will attempt to ascertain the source of the leak. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a way better view.
And it's coming right out of that hole. I just watched it run out of it.
Which hole?
No, but it's wet above.
No. Yeah, it's coming down.
No, watch.
So what we're looking at here is try and find where the coolant's coming through. Shine your light in there. That's coolant. It's coming, this is the highest point that we can see. Right in here, yeah?
Yep.
So the coolant is exiting from this point and then coming down.
You get a picture of all that before I wipe anything.
This is worst case scenario. What we've got here is a crack in the block, and that's where the coolant's coming out. That is the absolute worst case. That's super disappointing. So the flywheel has now been removed and we are re-inspecting and reassessing. It's possible there's some impact damage. What are you thinking?
It definitely goes.
Impact here, here maybe, there's some, those are definitely chipped.
Yeah.
And then the crack goes from here all the way around to the back of that.
It definitely
Whatever
at
that is.
least goes into the bottom. Yeah, come get the mirror. Follow, it comes into the bottom and then follow this side up. I think
Does it go up?
it comes up.
On advice of the seller, manufacturer, and by the way, we're not gonna discuss who it is. We're gonna try a fix on this block. So the crack actually goes around here and extends about halfway up this indent, and then it goes down to about mid-section of this indent. So it's about a 2.5 inch crack. And we're gonna cut it out, we're gonna groove it out, and then we're gonna weld it. We've gotta be careful. This is about 3 millimeters thick here, so we can't burn through it. And oh, I got a call from the welder right now.
We're gonna clean it, prep it, grind it, drill a hole on each end to stop it, fill it in.
First step is done. We've marked out where the crack is, and we drilled 2 little, we'll call them stopping holes here and here. Milled those out, and we're gonna run a carbide bit along this marked out portion of the case and cut into that crack a bit. So I will follow up as soon as I've done that. What we've done is grooved in here to the crack. We're gonna put a weld here on this line, probably build this ridge up, and then build these pockets up a little bit too to try and reinforce them and make sure we don't see that leak come back. So our welder, Mike, very talented guy. He actually took a sample of an old case and he did some practice welding on it. Turned out pretty good. And he took a sample over to get analyzed so he knows what the chemical composition of the block is so he can get the best material to do the welding repair. So we're gonna tackle that tomorrow, but this is where we're at right now.